Welcome to Zahera Speaks, a daily awakening check-in podcast. I am Sara Treadwell, and I'm really excited to be in this space with you to offer support and guidance through this great awakening. I am an awakening coach and spiritual guide, a psychic medium and channeler. I've been channeling Zahera since 2021. She is a non-physical being who is here to offer us support through this great awakening. I'm really excited to be able to hold this space each day for us to receive a message from Zahera to support us during this great awakening. Thank you for being here with me. I'm sending you so much love. Yesterday, we talked about the difference between frequency and vibration, but the most interesting part of the message yesterday was, for me, Zahera's side quest talking about the distortion that is held in our language and how challenging it is for her to communicate the way she would like to with us because of the distortion that's layered in each word. And it's interesting because Zahera is a non-physical being. So even if she has this knowledge, she doesn't fully have an understanding of what we're going through until she's here in the channel. And then she can see it more clearly and feel it. And as she talks about it, it makes me think, no wonder it's so hard for us to communicate with each other if there's distortion energetically held in the majority, in all the words, the majority of the words that we're speaking. So I'd love to hear a message from Zahera today on this exact thing. If she could share more about the distortion that's held in the energy of of everything, but let's focus today on communication and language, if we can. Wonderful. Yes. I am excited to discuss this topic because for us to be here discussing it means that we are ready to take this next step of integrating even more fully this shift within your everyday life. And we have discussed this over the years, but now is a beautiful time for us to really understand and integrate these ideas into your life. Yes? All right, let us begin with the truth that everything is energy. Everything has everything. Everything is energy. Energy is an entirely different layer of reality that you are beginning to understand. And so this expansion of this layer of creation, it is within the fabric. It is like you are beginning with your physical eyes. Yes, your different senses. Which one do you spend the most time? Which ones do you spend the most time focusing on? That is where the majority of your information comes from. And now you have reached a state where we are ready to expand more into our conscious awareness of the energetic. Now, the energetic has always influenced your experience, whether you are aware of it or not. But now is the time you are ready for interaction with this layer, a relationship with this layer of reality. And so for you to be able to even ask this question is very exciting because it means to me that you are ready. Even though I said it, it doesn't mean that I can say it. It doesn't mean you are ready to really delve deeper into this concept. But here we are ready. Now, as I have discussed, we are in the midst of this great transformation. We are moving out of the framework of fear and into a framework of light. And once something is created, once something is, it exists. It cannot be not existing. And you might say, but this is not true because there are things and then they are not anymore, let's say. But even to have a chair that is made of wood and that chair is, You can't make that chair not exist because it does exist. And so, yes, you can transform the experience with this chair. You can say, now I'm going to take this chair apart and make it something else. You could burn the wood from the chair, and now that wood can become fuel and become smoke. Yes, yes, yes. All of this is true. However, you can never remove the chair from having existed. You can only transform what is. Yes? So you can, yes, this chair, but then you could go even farther back and say, it isn't even the chair, it is the tree, it is the wood. Yes? So the wood cannot be destroyed because this tree was, and then you turned that tree into a chair, and then that chair became a fire, fuel. All of those individual points in space-time are true, and you cannot take them out of the story, so to speak. You cannot reach in and say, I'm going to take out the chair and make the chair never exist. No, the chair it does. So once something exists, it must exist. The only thing we can do is we can shift, transform. You could use the word alchemize. We can modify aspects of existence. But first, I believe it's important to accept once something is, it is. And so we can't say, oh, well, let's make that not. It is. And so now all we can do is focus on the transformation, which is where we are right now, so beautifully. And so knowing that, we can end the fact that everything is energy, and so everything holds energy. We can understand that as we leave this framework of fear, the aspects of fear that have had to exist in all things, because that's how they had cohesiveness with this era, right? And it would naturally, if you were in a house of fear, naturally you would go through and put everything, you would just want everything to be in alignment with that. And so you would want to add fear to everything. If there wasn't fear, you'd want to add fear so that it could be in alignment. Yes? I'm thinking of now a haunted house because we're discussing fear. And so you would want fear in everything. Even if there was something cute and adorable, you would want to have fear. It has to elicit fear because this is the house we are making. It has fear. It has to be consistent, or it won't make sense. So as we're transitioning out of the era of fear, and for those of you who are on the front lines of this transformation, who are jumping into this new era, you are the ones who are doing this work of transformation. You are alchemizing and shifting all aspects of creation so that it can easily shift. So it's like you are the ones cleaning up, the first round of cleaners, we could say. Now, even this, as I say this word cleaners, it is challenging because, again, this would, as I'm looking at this word, indicate that there's something bad and gross because of the way you have implanted these ideas into dirty and clean. It would be, yes, look at we have, and work of cleaning. That is, none of that is my intention for this explanation. No, it is just simply, yes, we are here, we are seeing, we have awareness of this shift, so we are just the ones. And so it just is that we would begin this work, that we would begin to shift the energy of our reality naturally, because we are shifting, and so it is a natural shift. And so we discussed this in The Way of the Light, the channeled book that we created. For those of you who have moved through that experience, and I will share for those of you who haven't, there is an example in there that we discuss in this section around the word apple. And so the idea with this one word, an apple, it seems very simple. It seems very neutral. And yet, when we really think about and sit with the word apple, we can think of and experience many different layers going on and on around the energies that we have imprinted on this simple fruit. So we could say there is a saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So this is linked to our healthcare, our medicine, our physical well-being, and fear around our mortality. And so, I better eat an apple so I can stay healthy. And then there is the wicked queen poisoning an apple. And so now it is unsafe to take an apple from a stranger because they could be poisoning you. So there are many stories and ideas and experiences in the masses, and then also in your own personal life, you may have your own experiences where we have imprinted fear and kind of lower vibrational energies into this idea of apple. And so how would we shift this in all things? It is quite simple. Just like cleaning. It is that you would simply counter that with taking away the power from those fear-based ideas in each aspect as they come up. So as you encounter an apple, you can hold it in love and light. You can hold gratitude. You can experience a totally different side of apple than you have normally. You could also think about, these apples are made with pesticides and so they're poison. These are already poison apples. Yes, you can hold all of this whatever you want to put into this physical experience. You are. So be mindful of what you are putting into the physical experience. And again, not from a place of fear. Because if you are saying, oh no, it is my responsibility to fix everything, and if I put the negativity in something, now I'm a part of the problem. Okay, let's take a breath and notice that this is happening again, and it's okay. Right? So just like in this example of cleaning, you could be cleaning and then you could spill something. And that's okay, right? You are doing the work of cleaning a space and then you knock over a drink and it spills. Are you the problem? No, you just clean it. Oh, I noticed a spill. I'll clean that up too. There it is. Is it not helpful or productive to then say, I'm a part of the problem because I just spilled something while cleaning? No. It is time for us to give ourselves grace and reclaim our power as creators of this world and consciously choose to integrate love and light and awakening into every aspect of creation, to say, apple, I remember you. I hold you in high regard. I offer you love and gratitude. And I am excited for you to become a part of me as I enjoy and eat this apple. Simply right there, you have transformed the energy of apple. And you can do this over and over in each aspect of your life. And nothing can stop you. No one can interrupt this work because it is so deep and personal. It is so integrated into the fabric of your day-to-day life. So this is a very exciting time to transform all things and begin to really notice the energy that is being held in all aspects of creation, and then offering it love and support as we assist it into the next era of light. Many blessings. What a beautiful topic. I'm so glad that we talked about this today. Whenever I hear her share about it, it's always, I mean, I could understand the concept, but when I hear her share about it, I feel so connected with our own elegant, simple power to transform our world, and the ways it can sometimes feel so impossible. There's so much to do. And she always gives this message of it's really just moving every day and choosing how you're interacting in every moment. And for each one of us to do this, I think she talks about this in The Way of the Light, that it feels overwhelming, but when each of us in our own way do this work, because it's not a transformation of one person coming to save everyone, it's one of all of us working together in our own lives, that it becomes so simple to transform every aspect of creation, because we're just all doing part of the work as it comes up in our lives, as we notice it. It's like, oh, I see, I'll just help out here a little bit today. This is where I am today. So absolutely beautiful. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I love connecting with you, and I'd love to know any questions you might have for Zahera. You can send me your questions to zaheraspeaks@gmail.com. If you want to connect more, make sure to follow me on TikTok, YouTube, and Substack. And if you're looking for community, join me in the Great Awakening Collective, a private community for those on their awakening journey to connect, grow, and learn together. Check out the specific links in the description of this episode. I'm sending you so much love. Until tomorrow.